Yeah, welcome back to a new module or transformation, that's Fourier transformation. Fourier transformation is a very important transformation for solving again difficult integrals and also helpful in the solution of heat wave Laplace equations. So let's start. It's a very similar to Laplace transformation, but some conditions are changed. So in the earlier module, you have already studied what is the Laplace transformation and what is the sufficient condition for the existence of Laplace transformation. So let's start. Fourier transform. So let Ft be piecewise, Ft be piecewise continuous function on entire real line or minus infinity to infinity. Remember, in Laplace, we are asking Ft piecewise continuous on 0 to infinity interval. Assume that Ft is absolutely convergent. What is the meaning of absolutely convergent? Absolutely convergent means that is integration of mod Ft dt from minus infinity to infinity finite or less than infinity. It means it is convergent, the value is finite. Then the Fourier transform, Ft I am writing in shortcut, Ft of Ft is defined as, I am using this notation for Fourier transformation. This is a Fourier operator. Fourier transformation of Ft is from minus infinity to infinity e to the power minus I wt Ft dt. In the Laplace, I use the parameter s, here I am using w. And if you integrate with respect to t, you will get ultimately a function of w. So this is the Fourier transformation of Ft. I am using fw. And remember, in the Fourier transformation, I am studying both Fourier transformation and inverse Fourier transformation together. In Laplace, firstly we studied Laplace transformation, then we discussed inverse Laplace transformation. But in this transformation, I will study together because together are called transform pair, and always defined Fourier transformation with inverse Fourier transformation because it has two representations. So let's see. And inverse Fourier transformation of Fw H, a Fourier inverse of Fw is equal to, this is equal to 1 over 2 pi. Remember, this integration form is changed, minus infinity to infinity e to the power I wt, here minus I, here plus I, Fw dw, and when you integrate with respect to w, you will get a function of t, that will be the Ft only. That will be the Ft only. So these F of Ft and Fourier inverse of Fw are together are called transform pair. Transform pair. Transform pair. In some application, The definition of Fourier and inverse Fourier is little bit changed. Let's see another definition. Some application, but this definition is very famous. I have discussed that. In some applications, the transform pair means we have to define together, is defined as Fourier transformation of ft is equal to 1 over root 2 pi minus infinity to infinity e to the power minus iwt ft dt. And inverse Fourier transformation of fw, this is equal to fw only, is 1 over root 2 pi minus infinity to infinity e to the power iwt fw dw, that is equal to ft. Some people divide 1 upon 2 pi in two factors, 1 over root 2 pi and 1 over root 2 pi. If you multiply these 1 over root 2 pi f and 1 over root 2 pi, you will get 1 over 2 pi. That I have given this factor in the inverse Fourier transformation in the previous definition. So this is also a definition of Fourier transformation and inverse Fourier transformation. But we will use first definition that I have discussed. But don't be confused. In some books this definition is also given. Let's see some examples. The first example is find the Fourier transformation of following function. I am giving here 3 functions and I will solve one. Rest you have to try. Ft is given to you a when t is between minus L to 0 and it is 0 elsewhere, and a is greater than 0. So let's see what is the Fourier transformation of ft. I told you the Fourier transformation of ft is defined as minus infinity to infinity e to the power minus iwt ft dt. I am following first transform pair definition. So it is equal to this integration is breaking only in minus L to 0. The value of the function is given you a. In the rest interval, the value of the function is 0. So that integration will be 0. This is fw equal to a, we can take outside, integration of e to the power minus iwt will be e to the power minus iw over minus iw, and limit is from minus L to 0. If you take a over minus iw, we can take outside, apply the upper limit, it will give you 1 minus e to the power. If you apply the lower limit, it will give you e to the power iwl. And we know that I square equal to minus 1 or I equal to minus 1 over I. So you use minus 1 over I as I, then it is IA over W. I is the imaginary number here. 1 minus e to the power IWL. So this is the Fourier transformation of the given question. I am giving you 2 more problems here for practice. Second is practice problem is, first practice problem is find Fourier transform of a part is ft is given as a when a is between minus L to L, t is between minus L to L, and when t is elsewhere, the value of the function is 0 and a is greater than 0. B part I am giving you, ft is given as a when t is between minus L to 0, it is b when it is between 0 to L, and 0 elsewhere. Remember, A and B both are positive here. Remember, A and B both are positive here. So I am giving you two more questions for practice here. Let's see another example. This is the most important example. Find the Fourier transform of function f t is equal to 0 when t less than 0, e to the power minus alpha t when t is greater than equal to 0. Remember, this function can be written as with the help of unit step function, because t equal to 0 is jump discontinuity. So we can write this function by like e to the power minus alpha t u0t. Here 0 is point of discontinuity. 0 is point of discontinuity. So you can write this function, entire this function with the help of unit step function. Remember my lecture part 6, Laplace transformation part 6, you can see and see the definition of unit step function. You will better understand it. So T is a jump discontinuous. It means it has piecewise continuity, and you can also see that minus infinity to infinity mod ft, we take mod ft dt. It is between 0 to infinity. The function is e to the power minus alpha t dt, and elsewhere the value of the function is 0 when t less than 0, and mod e to the power minus alpha t will be e to the power minus alpha t, because exponential is always positive, and the integration of this function is 1 over alpha, that is less than infinity. It means absolutely convergent also. So absolutely convergent property satisfies. Here you can see that it is piecewise continuous property is also satisfied. It means we have Fourier transformation of the given function. So we can find the Fourier transformation of the given function. For your course in BTech, there is no need to check these two tests if it is not asked in the question. But for better understanding, you can check, or you can directly find the Fourier transformation up to BTech level only. But if you are studying higher mathematics, then this testing is important. So Fourier transform of ft exists, and we have used the formula Fourier transformation of ft is equal to minus infinity to infinity e to the power minus iwt ft dt. That will be 0 to infinity e to the power minus iwt. Ft is e to the power minus alpha t. Remember one thing here, alpha is greater than 0 given in the question. Dt plus rest where the value will be 0, because when t less than 0, the value of the function is 0. Now let's integrate it. So the Fourier transformation of ft is equal to 0 to infinity e to the power minus alpha plus iw t dt. You can see that this integration is again an improper integration. It means Fourier transformation is again improper integral. You can see that improper integral of which kind? Of first kind. You can see my improper integral lecture 20 or 21. For evaluation of this improper integration, we have another technique. Let some represent the variable alpha tending to infinity, 0 to epsilon, e to the power minus alpha plus IWT. Now, if you integrate it and put finally alpha tending to infinity, you can find that relation. It will be minus alpha plus IWT over minus alpha plus IW 0 to epsilon. Now, take limit epsilon tending to infinity minus 1 over alpha plus IW we can take outside. When you put epsilon, it will give you minus alpha plus IW epsilon. When you put equal to 0, the value will become 1. Now, what about this limit? Because epsilon is involved here only. If you see carefully, e to the power minus, this can be written as alpha epsilon into e to the power minus IW epsilon. It can be written as minus alpha epsilon cos W epsilon minus I sin W epsilon. If you remember Euler's theorem, as alpha tending to infinity and as epsilon tending to infinity and alpha is greater than 0, this will go to e to the power minus infinity. This will go to e to the power minus infinity, and the value will become as alpha tending to infinity, alpha greater than 0 and epsilon tending to infinity, it will go to e to the power minus infinity, that will convert to 0. And this is finite value between minus and plus or minus. So ultimately this limit will go to 0. So you will get it is equal to minus minus plus 1 over alpha plus IW. So what we got, this is very important doubt. We got Fourier transformation of e to the power minus alpha t u0t, that was the given function, is equal to 1 over alpha plus IW. W is parameter for the Fourier transformation. Like S was the parameter in Laplace transformation. So this is a very important result. Remember this. We will see one more example. Find Fourier transform of f equal to e to the power minus a mod t, and t is between minus infinity to infinity and a is greater than 0. So what will be the breaking of ft? You can see that it is mod t, and definition of mod t, when t less than 0, it is minus 2, so it will give you e to the power 8. When t is greater than or equal to 0, it will be plus 2 only, so it will give you e to the power minus 8. So this is the breaking of the function. I hope you can solve this, because the Fourier transformation of ft now given as minus infinity to infinity e to the power minus IWT ft dt. So if you break the integration, you will get minus infinity to 0 e to the power minus IWT into e to the power at dt plus 0 to infinity e to the power minus IWT into e to the power minus at dt. We can write this integral like this: e to the power a minus IWT dt plus 0 to infinity e to the power minus a plus IWT dt. I have similar the same problem in previous example. I have discussed the same problem in previous example. We will get 2a over a square plus w square. I am giving you a homework. This is the Fourier transformation of the given problem. Let's see one most important example that is asked several times in many exams like GATE or academics in BTech exams. So let's see that problem. Find Fourier transform of a of t equal to e to the power minus 80 square, e to the power minus 80 square, and a is greater than 0. This is a very famous question. So write the Fourier transformation of ft that is equal to minus infinity to infinity e to the power minus iwt ft dt. So the Fourier transformation of the given function will be e to the power minus iwt into e to the power minus at square dt. We can write this function e to the power minus a, we take common because for making the perfect square, the coefficient of t square must be plus 1. So it will give you t square plus iw t over a dt. Now complete the whole square in exponent of t. So what will be the coefficient of t here? What is the coefficient of t here? iw by a, and we have to half it. It means iwa by 2a. We have to square this and subtract this. A square add and a square subtract in the power of exponential. So it will give you ultimately minus infinity to infinity e to the power minus a. You can see this is a whole square of t plus iw over 2a ka whole square minus I square is minus 1, so it will become plus w square over 4a square dt. Now if you multiply minus a inside, you will get e to the power minus a t plus iw by 2a whole square plus w square upon 4a dt. E to the power w square upon 4a did not have the term of t, so we can take outside. So e to the power w square by 4a we can take outside. It will be the minus sign because a is negative. So minus w square by 4a. Inside the integration you will get e to the power minus a t plus iw by 2a whole square t. Now making this a perfect number, let us substitute under root a into t plus iw by w iw by 2a equal to some b. It can be written as under root a in this whole square. So now if you differentiate it, you will get under root a into dt, and differentiation of iwa by 2a will be 0 equal to dv. So what will be the integration now? You can put the value and you will get the answer. So what will be the Fourier transformation now? It will be equal to e to the power minus w square over 4a. Limit is not going to be changed. It will be e to the power minus d square dv over under root a, because under root a dt will be the dv. So it can be written as 1 over under root a e to the power minus w square upon 4a minus infinity to infinity e to the power minus d square dv. You can see my gamma function lecture. I have discussed this value is under root pi or 0 to infinity to the power minus d square dv equal to under root pi by 2. Ultimately, this value is only root pi. So the Fourier transformation of the given function is under root pi over under root a e to the power minus w square upon 4a. This is a very, very important question. Sometimes the value of a is given 1, the value of a is given 2, the value of given you 1 by 2, value of a is given 1 by root 2. According to the value of a, you can find the solution. So what I told you, the Fourier transformation of e to the power minus a square is under root pi over under root a e to the power minus w square over a. So you can also find the Fourier transformation of e to the power minus t square, Fourier transformation of e to the power minus t square by 2, Fourier transformation of e to the power minus 2t square, Fourier transformation of e to the power minus t square by 4. These are the questions asked in the GATE exam many times. Let's see another definition as an application of Fourier transformation. Amplitude spectrum. The next and important definition as an application of Fourier transformation. What is amplitude spectrum? The graph of W and Fourier transform, modulus of Fourier transform. The graph of between W and mod W is called the amplitude spectrum of given function ft. W is called, some people, for example, omega or W you can write. I am using W, you can use omega also. The frequency of the transform. Frequency of the transform. Generally, we represent by omega. This is the definition of amplitude spectrum. So the graph between W and mod FW is called amplitude spectrum. Let's see one example. It is based on amplitude spectrum. Find the amplitude spectrum of the function ft is equal to 5 when t is between -2 to +2 and 0 elsewhere. So we have to find first the fw. So fw is nothing else, Fourier transformation of ft is equal to -infinity to +infinity to power minus wt ft dt. But the given function is given between -2 to +2 e to the power minus iwt into 5 dt and elsewhere it is 0. If you integrate it, you will get this is equal to 10 over w or omega sine to omega rw. So this is your fw. So what will be the amplitude? The graph of omega versus mod f omega is the amplitude spectrum of given function f. So this is the way to find the amplitude spectrum. Let's see properties of Fourier transformation. First, I am going to study linear property, like Laplace transformation only. Linear property. So, Fourier transformation of C1F1t plus minus C2F2t is equal to C1 Fourier transformation of F1t plus minus C2 Fourier transformation of F2t. Provided Fourier transformation of F1t and Fourier transformation F2t exists and C1, C2 are some constant values, are scalar coefficients, are scalar values. So this is the first property of Fourier transformation. Let's see shifting property. It is very similar to Laplace transformation. So what is the shifting property? Here we have two shifting property. First shifting property on omega axis. When you shift the omega, like Laplace property. What is the Laplace property? I told you, if you remember. I told you that was shifting on S. If the Laplace of ft is fs, Then the Laplace of e to the power at ft was fs minus. That was the shifting on s axis. Similar property we will see in the Fourier transformation. So if Fourier transformation of ft is fw, f omega, and omega 0 is any real number. Here I have a real number. Then Fourier transformation of e to the power I omega naught t. Similar to this. This is in the I form. Ft is equal to f omega minus omega naught. So this is the first shifting property on omega axis or w axis. How can prove it? So this is the first and important shifting property. Let's prove. Fourier transformation of any ft is given as minus infinity to infinity e to the power minus iwt ft. That was actually fw. Where w you are getting, that is the coefficient of minus it. W is r omega as the coefficient of minus it, provided you have ft here. The coefficient of t is 1. Then the Fourier transformation of e to the power I w naught t f t will be equal to minus infinity to infinity e to the power I w t minus I w t f t. You have e to the power I w naught t into f t dt. So this can be written as Fourier transformation of e to the power I w naught t f t is equal to minus infinity to infinity. You can write e to the power minus I w minus w naught t. If you take minus I t common, w minus w naught f t dt. Now you compare this definition to this definition. What is the coefficient of minus it here? W minus w naught, and coefficient of t is 1 only. So this is nothing else. This is Fourier transform. This is a Fourier transform with w parameter w minus w naught. Another way is you can put w minus w naught as some substitution b. If you are not getting it, you can put w minus w naught equal to b and then put the value of b, you will get the same result. So this is the proof of first shifting property. So we can write this first shifting property in inverse form also. The Fourier inverse of f of w minus w naught equal to e to the power I w naught t f t. So this is the inverse Fourier transformation in first shifting theorem, or shifting on w axis. Let's see second shifting property. Shifting theorem. This is like second shifting theorem in Laplace transformation. Most important on t axis. On t axis. What was that? The property. If the Laplace of ft is fs, then the Laplace of ft minus a uat was e to the power minus a fs. Remember, this was in the Laplace transformation. Similar type of property we have shifting on t axis. We have shifted t on t minus a point, t equal to 0 on t equal to a, shifted. Similar you will get in the Fourier transformation. So let's see the property. It says if Fourier transformation of ft is equal to fw and t0 is any real number. This is a shifting on t axis. Is any real number, then Fourier transformation of ft minus t0, ft minus t0 is equal to e to the power minus iwt naught f w e to the power minus I t naught f w. Shifting on w axis, sometimes it is also called shifting on frequency because w is representing a frequency. So how to prove it? Let's see the proof. Fourier transformation of any function f is given as minus infinity to infinity e to the power minus I w t f t dt. Then the Fourier transformation of f t minus t0 will become minus infinity to infinity e to the power minus I w t f t minus t dt. Let's put t minus t not equal to some new variable b. So dt will be equal to dv only, limit will not going to change, so it will be minus infinity to infinity e to the power minus I w. What is the value of t? That will be b plus t naught f b dv. You have integration in b variable, so rest term will be treated as constant and we can take outside. E to the power minus I w t naught can be taken as outside. Inside you have minus infinity e to the power minus I w b f b dv. If we compare from the definition, you can see that the coefficient of minus it or minus ib here, because you are integrating with respect to b, here you are integrating with respect to t. You can use the first integration property also. So this is the Fourier transformation of ft only. Fourier transformation of ft only. fb or ft, you can write any variable here, or this is equal to e to the power minus I w t naught f of w. So this is the proof of shifting on t-axis. Shifting on t-axis. So today we will study till now, and in the next lecture we will see some more properties and more examples based on Fourier transformation. Okay, thank you.